And boom, we're live. It's been a while since I went live. I think the last time I went live, I was ice fishing. Um, I'm currently back home, doing some work in my office tonight, which is my daughter that's off at college. It's her bedroom has turned into my office. I do have an office downstairs as well. Uh, but I like this. It's like quieter up here. I get more done sitting in my daughter's old bedroom than I do sitting downstairs. I end up getting distracted and wanting to do things and stuff like that. But hold on one sec. But yeah, how's everybody doing? Like I said, it's been a while since I've been live. Last time I was live, I was ice fishing. Um, I've been off like 13, 14 days now. I will be going back to work tomorrow, or at least partially back to work. I don't pick up a load until Saturday morning at 4 o'clock, but I bought a new piece of equipment for the business, and I need to do some stuff with that tomorrow before I go out on the road. Um, so yeah, I got some really cool things that have happened in the last, 2 weeks. Like I said, I added another piece of equipment to my business. Um, Very cool experience that I went through was how I got funding to buy this other piece of equipment that I now own. Um, yeah, I want to share more, but I think I'm going to do it in more of like a video format than um, on a live. I just wanted to touch base with people. It's been, like I said, it's been a while since I've gone live. I've gotten a lot more subscribers. I did this short not that long ago where I was complaining about having to pay for coffee at a TA after I spent $500 on a fuel up. And I think people kind of miss some of the stuff in that short based on some of the comments I've gotten. I've gotten really positive feedback on that short, but I've also gotten some negative feedback. And the only thing I'm going to say to that is in the short, I talk about like Ultra One rewards points that we receive at TA. Well, when that machine is down, even though your receipt says you have a free cup of coffee, you have free showers, the TA I was at did not honor that. So they charged me $2 for a cup of coffee. And you might say, well, $2, what's $2? Well, it's principle. Like in my mind, it is principle. You have a reward system. It's not my fault. And it's not your fault that your machine's down. But when something states that I have earned something on a receipt, I feel like, I'm entitled to it. You know what I mean? And they didn't give it to me. So I have not been back to a TA since then. And last year I spent, well over $75,000 on fuel. And I bet 3/4 of that was at TAs and Petros. And I never, as of right now, I don't think I'll go back. I'm not happy with them. Um, and I understand it's nothing to get too bent out of shape about, but like I'm a customer, right? And I'm a consumer. And I don't care that you don't make a lot of money on your fuel. You've made lots of money off me by buying stuff in your store. And when my points allow me to get something for free, I feel like you should honor that, whether your machine is down or not. So, I'm dying on that hill to say the least. I'm going to say hi to a couple of people here real quick. Trucking with MC's in the house. What's going on, man? How are you doing? I left my email for you in one of your videos. I hope you got it. This Trucking Life's in the house. What's going on, brother? How's FedEx treating you? Vic Med's in the house. What's going on, brother? How are you today? How's California treating you? Stewart's in the house. What's happening? Just hanging out, man. Added or replaced an existing one? I have added. I am not replacing anything at the moment. Yeah, maybe. So whatever. I'll share it. I bought another truck. I upgraded trucks. I bought a 2019. I'm not going to share too much about it because I want to make a video on it. but I bought a different truck, mainly because of fuel economy. I think I'm a strong believer. How do I say this? Like, I operate a pretty efficient business to start with, and also like my home life, I don't have a lot of overhead at home. I've owned my house for a while. I don't live on credit. I don't buy new things. Like, I don't have a very high cost of living at home, and I operate a very like efficient business. So I have money, and I wanted to upgrade a piece of equipment and maybe grow my business. I don't really know which direction I'm going to lean yet, because I might not be done purchasing equipment. If my wife's watching this, even though you're downstairs, we'll talk later. Um, but yeah, that's what I did this trucking life. I added equipment. Eric's in the house first. You're always first, Eric. Reed's in the house. What's up, Fate? I'm watching Cash's interview with Asia Mai from 2 years ago and saw at the end you asking Cash questions about becoming an owner operator. Thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, man. I've reached out to Cash a lot before I made this move to becoming an owner operator. I feel like I did my due diligence. I've been in the industry for we're going on like 23, 24 years now. I was a company guy for 20 years. So I knew the industry. Like, I understood what my responsibilities would be. And I've had different jobs within this industry. Not only have I been a truck driver, I've been a dispatcher, I've been a purchaser and for a company. I was very familiar with the industry before I made the leap, but I still wanted to reach out to people that were owner operators. And I got fortunate. Like, I don't know how. I think I just bothered Cash enough and bugged him enough that he finally started like responding to me. And for all you that don't know, I'm leased on to DIY Semis Carrier. Now, I don't mention the carrier name, but you all should know who DIY Semi is. And how I met him was through Cash is King. So yeah, I feel pretty fortunate there. Plays on the freeways in the house. What's going on? Vic Med. Freight in California is not good at all. I like running my guys on dry van, but I have to send them to the ports. They really don't like the ports, but we have to for right now. Yeah, that's tough, man. Freight kind of around the country is kind of wonky right now. And here's the thing: if you know anything about me or watch my channel for a while now, I take these vacations, and every time I come back, like, something traumatic in the industry has happened. I remember when I went to Texas, I took 2 weeks off and took a road trip down to South Padre Island last March. And I think 3 days into my trip, I started noticing fuel was going from like $3 a gallon to almost $5 a gallon. And then by the time I came home, it was like $5.50 a gallon. So yeah, every time I go on vacation, something new happens. But I don't know if you guys caught one of my last videos. I got a new thing going on in 2023 where I'm trying to work less off the spot market. As a carrier, I'm not a carrier, but as a contractor, I actually have been able to get my own customers. And that's why I made this leap into purchasing this other piece of equipment, this truck, because maybe I'm in the minority here, but I'm going to share something. I bid on some lanes that I won, right? Now, I didn't sign a contract with this company because I could not fulfill the amount of work that they have in the lanes that I want to run. So I'm basically what did they call me? Like a preferred carrier for them, meaning they'll allow me to take any of the freight I want to take, but I'm not obligated to take all of it. Does that make sense? And what I did was, let's say I bid the lane at $3.20 a mile, right? Or we'll even say $3.15 a mile. right? Because that's one of the lanes. I bid it at $3.15 a mile. Now the current like national average for where I am is like 325 at the time, right? Well, and if you got it on the spot market, you might be able to get like 375 a mile. Well, here's the thing. I would rather haul 100 loads for this customer at a $3.15 a mile than one load for $3.75 a mile. Now, like I said, maybe I have a warped way of looking at it, but I look at things moving in the direction that I want to as a business in having consistency. I would rather have consistency as a business owner than always thinking I'm going to hit a home run, because I'm not naive enough to think that every load's a home run. But here's the thing, man, 315 out and I'm getting 322 to come back. This customer has round trip freight. Well, I think I can build off that. So moving forward in 2023, I want to try and haul less customer freight. Now, I'll be full disclosure. Like I told you, I've been off like 14 days. I've only hauled 4 loads so far in 2023 for the month of January. But 3 out of those 4 loads were all customer freight. So I'm at a 75% clip right now on 4 loads. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do moving forward is build consistency in the areas that I want to run, in the region that I live in. And then I also have a customer out east, out on the East Coast, that would like me out there every other week. So if I can take care of a customer in the region I live in for a week, and then head out east and take care of that customer, I really think I can build off that. Maybe I can build a small fleet while being leased on to another carrier. I know there's people that have done that. I mean, I know your big mega carriers allow you to do that. Maybe I can do it with a smaller carrier. Or maybe I'm in the position where, every 3 years, I know like Chicken Hawk, right? He gets a new truck like every 3 years. Maybe I can set myself up to do that. And that's kind of what I want to do moving forward. KJ's in the house. Yep, it's principle. Yeah, it is, man. It's total principle. We take enough crap on the road that when we earn something, we should be able to receive it. That's what I think. Yeah, I'm not a fan either, Eric, of TA. So here's the thing, like the carrier I'm leased onto, we get great fuel discounts at TAs. I'm at the point where I'm willing to spend 10, I would even say maybe 20 cents a gallon. I'm very cheap, so I would really have to train myself to spend 20 cents more a gallon fueling up. I did it the other day, though. I fueled up, the last fuel up I fueled up at a Road Ranger, and right across the street was a TA, and I could have saved 15 cents more per gallon at the TA, but I didn't want to have. And here's the thing, the TA across the street, I think, had 9 fuel islands and only 4 were open. I pulled into the Road Ranger, every pump was working, and I was able to get in, get my fuel, get a free cup of coffee or a free soda, and be on my way. I like that, man. It's TAs, I think they've just gone downhill, personally. Eric says, I don't go there due to how they shut down their restaurants and and never reopened them. I mean, how many of us are out on the road and we can't get something warm to eat? You know what I mean? You'll walk in somewhere at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the evening and there's nothing open anymore. I do a lot of my own cooking in the truck and eat a lot of the food that I bring with me just because, I'm a pretty fit guy, and I don't want to lose that by eating fast food all the time. So yeah, I know what you're talking about, Eric. KJ says, that is your preference, adjust accordingly. If you're talking about how I want to operate in 2023. Yeah, and so far, I mean, it's hard for me to say it's working out because I worked for a week and then I've been off. I went on vacation. I like to ice fish, and I go on ice fishing trips twice a year with a big group of guys that we've been doing it. Well, they've been doing it for a decade. I've been doing it about 3 or 4 years with them, so I enjoy it. Sense by the Mall. At least put up a green screen with Max Sleeper background to make you look like you're in the dock. Yeah, no, I don't do that. And pretty soon, well, here's the thing. I'm gonna drive this truck for a while, make sure it doesn't have any issues, and who knows from there. I think if I try and hire somebody, I have to give them this new truck. And the reason I say that is I love the Mac. Do not get me wrong. Matter of fact, I was at her today. She fired right up after sitting for 14 days, just fired right up. It's not the most comfortable truck to be over the road in. The truck that I have currently here, sitting in my driveway, is way more comfortable and set up better than the Mac for going over the road. So I think if I do hire a driver, I'm going to have to give them this truck, which kind of scares me. Gary Bates is in the house. What's going on? There you go, Gary Bates. Your third one's right. Your third one's right. For all you that don't know, Gary Bates always gives this as his calling card. The thumbs up poop emoji, right? Well, Gary's got a channel. Check him out. He goes live, talks about stuff that he's doing with his business. But I started putting an ice cream cone with a poop emoji in there, just to throw him off a little bit. I hope he gets a kick out of it. I saw him laugh one day, which is good. I made Gary Bates smile. That's a good thing. CJ Hudson's in the house. What's going on, everybody? We're just hanging out, man. It was a while since I went live. My channel's growing every day, and when you don't have a lot of content to put out, I figured I might as well go live, say hello to new subscribers, thank them for subscribing, but also just talk about, you know, how I think moving forward in 2023 we can continue to be successful. Because this is, I mean, here's the thing. Cash is King talks about it all the time. It's absolutely cutthroat. Absolutely. It's hard. We work in an industry that's very volatile. There's so many things that are out of our control, but I think there's ways for you. I know there's ways for me, which if it works for me, I know it can work for anybody. Like, I'm not special in any way. I don't have any crystal ball. I believe my experience has really helped. And I also believe the people that I've surrounded myself with really help. But we can be successful out here, and we can, you know, have a very good life. I mean, at least I know I believe it's possible, you know. KJ says, good. Take the time to make the vid another time. Yeah, I'm going to make a video another time on the truck and talk about what it was like. Because here's the thing. I don't know about everybody. I can only speak for myself. But like, I've purchased houses before. I own other things. But I've never dealt with purchasing commercial equipment this way and how I went about it. And we hear all these horror stories right now about purchasing trucks and how they want, 50% down and you're going to pay 20% interest and things like that. And I'm here to tell you, like, if you're somewhat disciplined and you have like decent credit and you can show a business has been profitable for 2 years, it's not scary. Like, it's scary because in my mind, I don't like carrying a lot of debt. So it's scary in that aspect, but purchasing equipment isn't tough. Like, it just isn't, And I understand some of us have trouble doing that, and we get into lease purchases and things like that, which if that's the way you want to do it, who am I to tell you you shouldn't? But I do know that if you're like a reasonable, like if you're disciplined, oh, I'm glitching out. If you're disciplined with money and you're good like your business is profitable and you have decent credit, because here's the thing, all these people talk about corporate credit, right? Well, like a business that's only been operating for a couple of years doesn't have the track record like you do as an individual, right? So like the loan that I have for my new piece of equipment is in my business name, right? It's not in my personal name. There's a separation there. But I am the entity of the business too. So like now granted, if you've been in business a long time, you probably don't experience what I went through, but my social security in this with them, I made it to, or you're about an hour and a half away from where I live. If it's the same load that you made a vlog about where you're running out to Massachusetts, I know right where you are. Stuart says, funny, I bought a truck this week too. It's time to buy. So here's the thing, man. Truck prices are dropping. They're dropping substantially if you buy the right truck. And I know once people see the truck I purchased, some people might like it, others won't. I'll say this, I did a lot of research. I did a lot of research before I purchased the truck I purchased. And like I said, this purchase is solely a business transaction. I did it for kind of two particular reasons: fuel economy and comfortability. And I thought about comfortability in the aspect of if I hired somebody, would they be comfortable in this truck? Because I wouldn't want to give them the Mac. I don't think they would enjoy it. Well, good for you, Stuart. I'm excited to hear about it. Jump down here. Natalia Mills. Let me see this. Yeah, the TA in New Hampshire and the TA in Tennessee, North Carolina have almost all their parking, paid parking, etc. Yeah. So does the one in, is it Greenville? Greencastle. Greencastle, Pennsylvania. The almost their entire lot is paid too. That's part of it though. I mean, I run a lot of reefer freight, so I actually pay for a lot of parking. It's just, man, I'm glitching out here. I'm sorry, guys. I can't get rid of comments. I can't do anything. Hide. Well, you're I'm back. I'm back. Let's see. Let's see if anybody's still in here. My Wi-Fi at my house sucks, man. You pay all this money and you get nothing. You know. I'm getting back up to these comments here. All right. Sorry. Welcome back. Had major technical difficulties. Looks like I lost everybody, but maybe people will come back. Cents per mile says your video on finding contract customers, even though being leased on, made me start thinking about getting that set up around my house. Gonna try working into a John Deere contract or something. Yeah, and here's the thing, man. You can do it. Like there's make sure your carrier that you're leased onto allows you to kind of talk in their name. And if they do, by all means, do it, man. I'll tell you what, it's not easy. It is a lot of kissing butt. It is a lot of repetitive phone calls, a lot of emails. It's, if you're running tracking, also send emails, send every picture of any damaged product. It's just kind of doing your job, but doing it kind of above normal, and these people really like it. And here's the thing, you're talking to transportation people. You're talking to a transportation guy that is taking care of an entire fleet of trucks, because maybe John Deere has their own equipment too, their own trucks. So you're dealing with the transportation guy. You're not dealing with somebody that doesn't know anything about trucking. And that's what I like. But I'm excited to see what happens. I mean, maybe this will all blow up in my face. I'm busy trucking. Nothing like consistency. Yeah, I like consistency. I'm busy trucking. Yeah, it's round trip. It's reliable. It's good pay. I like it. Music City Transport's in the house. What up? I'm rolling Florida, slinging some heavy cheese. Yeah, cheese. You got that reefer running too, don't you? 34 continuous, Music City, if you're still in here. I'll make you uncomfortable, says Crazy Canuck is here. I was not far from Canada. Canada was, I could see Canada multiple times when I was ice fishing. Nope, I make you uncomfortable. No, or David's in the house. David Dishman's in the house. What up, man? No, I make you uncomfortable. I am not having any Mac problems. The Mac is solid. Here's the thing. Everybody wants transparency, right? Give me a minute. Look at that. For the 18, 19 people that stayed and just got to stare at an empty bedroom, you're in for a treat, because I'll share some of this. For all you that are good with numbers will understand what this sheet is. This is my year to date. So this is everything in 2022. This is the exact sheet my accountant is going to get, along with like major repairs. I turned that in too, but this is exactly what my accountant is going to get. So sorry, I ran like through the house. I'm out of breath. I don't want to share all this because this is my business, right? But I'll share some of this. Just to give people that are thinking about being an owner operator the idea of how much it costs. So I'll share this. In 2022, my business this is gross revenue, $272,831.25. I did that working 257.5 days. I think when I did the math, it ended up being like 1,059 average to earn the gross revenue. But here's the number that people, sometimes don't think about. I generated that much, but to generate that much, I spent $165,666.09. Like, that is a ton of money. And my biggest expense was fuel. My second biggest expense was maintenance. I spent $44,508.57 on maintenance this year. I had some really big maintenance costs. First quarter of 2022, I barely broke even in the first quarter because of major expenses. And then third quarter, I got new injectors in the truck. So what I did is I looked at these numbers and I thought, even if I spend half in maintenance on my truck, in 2 years, that means it's going to be $70,000 in maintenance, right? If I took money that I've been saving for more equipment and invested it now, when, like I said, man, if you're watching certain trucks are plummeting in price. I thought it was a good business decision for me to maybe get a piece of equipment that isn't going to cost me almost $45,000 a year to operate. So that's why I made that decision. The Mack is a solid truck. But for example, my fuel costs for the total year were $75,987.06. Now, I'm going to put this disclaimer out there. I run a reefer trailer, right? My fuel, when I say my fuel costs, that's my truck fuel, my reefer fuel, and my DEF. It is not separated on this sheet. So that was my total fuel costs. That is a cost per mile of 99 cents for the entire year. I think I can work on that number, especially with the truck that I purchased. The life of the truck, the mile, like when you look it up on the dash and everything, the life of the truck's miles per gallon is 8.9 miles per gallon right now. I do know that the company that owned the truck before I did, they hauled dry van freight and reefer freight. I will add wheel covers. I will probably add air tabs to the truck. I think I can maybe get on average 8.5, maybe 9 miles a gallon if you drive the truck the right way. I know people that are doing it in Cascadias. I might be able to do it in the truck I purchased. Grade A Transportation's in the house. You're going to like what you see, buddy. You're going to like what you see. Can we get a brand name of the new truck, if nothing else? I'm so far behind, so hopefully you're still in here, CJ. I bought an International LT. I bought an International LT with a Cummins X15 in it, efficiency series. I did not go with an A26. I know that I'm probably going to get a lot of whatever in the comments, and that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. I will say this: I did a ton of research. And like I said before, I'm a cheap guy. Well, that's the wrong statement. I looked at it from a business transaction. I could have bought, I got super low miles. We're under 350,000 miles. I wanted a truck that still had some of a factory warranty on it. I wanted a truck that just had the things that I wanted, and I wasn't willing to give up the things I wanted. And the Cascadias I was looking at were all 500,000 mile trucks, 500,000 mile trucks for $90,000, $85,000. And I found a truck that after negotiating, I got for a very fair deal, and I'm happy with it as long as it holds up. Now, I will say some of the things with internationals can be expensive. That is why I went with a Cummins motor. Here's the cool thing. So my truck has 1,800 pounds of torque. My Mac has 1,800 pounds of torque, and it is, I think, 475 horsepower. This X15 efficiency is 400 horsepower. So I'm not going to beat anybody off the line, but it has 1,800 pounds of torque, like the exact same as my Mac. And the gearing is perfect. I don't drive fast, but at 70 miles an hour, I was at, what was it? I think 1,200. 65. I was at 1,150 RPMs at 65 miles an hour yesterday on my way home. I drove down to pick up the truck. Pioneer Spirits in the house. What up, man? I like that name. Hey, Fade, almost. Oh, we got an update here. Almost done with Schneider. TE training, TM, blah, blah, blah. Monday, my co-driver hit a trailer in Schneider City, and I got cursed out for speeding in first gear. How are you speeding in first gear? What up, Nevada? Yeah, shoot, Nevada, I went right by your comment. I'm sorry, bro. What up, Nevada? Miss Nevada. We lost Fate. Yeah, but I'm back now. You know what? I'm going to scroll all the way down to the new comments because I know I disappeared for a while. Can you please give me the blue wrench next to my name? Well, you know what? I got my phone right here. As long as I don't knock my camera off. God. You know, I got so much crap going on. Yes, you'll get a blue wrench. Actually, one of my last lives, I went through. Just as it was. I went through one of my last lives and gave a lot of people wrenches. So, David, you just got a wrench. Who else do I need to wrench? Who else? Somebody else. Who else do I need to wrench? I don't want to just stare at my phone. If you want a wrench, tell me to give you a wrench and I'll give you a wrench. I have an idea. Trucking with MC says, I have an idea on where that truck could have come from. Okay, Trucking with MC, give me your thoughts. Where do you think it came from? Driving with John's in the house. What's going on, brother? Wait, you bought another truck? What about the Mac? I still have the Mac, John. It's sitting in my parking spot right now. But yeah, now I have another truck that's sitting in my driveway. And I'm excited to actually get it out on the road and start making some money with it. Because it wasn't a cheap investment. Driving with John. Oh, driving with John. Hey, Dave. I don't know what's going on with my internet, guys. I feel so bad. I am sorry. My internet is being a little jerk. Trucking with MC, you don't have a wrench? Sure you do. Where do you think I got the truck from? Telling me Trucking with MC doesn't have a wrench. Oh, Beast of Logan's in the house. So, hey, Beast, dude, you helped me out too. So here's the thing. Like I said, I did research on stuff, right? And I wanted to be more part of that plastic truck mafia. And I figure, why not go to the dawn of the family and reach out to somebody that I know drives a certain type of truck and pick their brain, ask them questions. And you know what? They responded. So Beast of Logan, thank you for the information you gave me, man. I sincerely appreciate it. Hope things are going good with you. Have you heard of Just Truck? Come on, David. Of course I've heard of Just Trucking on YouTube. Who hasn't heard of Justin? Fun fact, I wouldn't say I'm friends with Justin at all. I've communicated with him, and I was trying to get him to come to Minnesota to go ice fishing with us. There's a group of us that are going to go ice fishing in February, and he just couldn't because of the cold weather. You know what I mean? He at first was all gung ho about doing it, and then kind of got scared off when he heard how cold Minnesota could be. But yes, David, I know who Just Trucking is. I would argue that a lot of people that do YouTube, like, kind of wish they could be successful at YouTube the way he is. You know what I mean? Because it takes a lot of work. This YouTube game takes a lot of work. If you try and like give knowledge, and I mean, look at some of these videos. There's people in here that make videos. Trucking with MC, Beast of Logan, Nevada. Like, think of all the behind the scenes stuff to create that video. My videos are pretty lame, and I know how much work I put into them. So like, I look at people like Nevada or Just Trucking, or, you know, these bigger channels that, you know, or I look at somebody like Cash is King that is so consistent on putting out content, doing live shows. Like, it's another hustle, you know what I mean? And I think if you can make a little bit of money on that, whether that's through super chats or your videos get some watches and views and people hit the thumbs up and you get into that algorithm, like, it's worth it then. Because I enjoy doing YouTube. I enjoy interacting with people. I think I have some knowledge. I don't know if I'm very good at putting that out there. Like, I don't think I'm a teacher, but I've been in this industry so damn long and have driven so many different pieces of equipment and understand my responsibility as a CDL holder that, like, I should pass on knowledge. My ear's ringing now. Trucking with MC says JNR. Nope, that's not where I got it. I'll share all that information later. Here's the thing. I made a video. Here's the thing about YouTube. I was making a video of me going to the dealership, getting on the airplane, getting picked up, the whole nine. And I ended up sitting down with the dealership manager and having a great conversation. And, you know, when we were signing paperwork, a lot of their paperwork says, you know, about not disclosing my personal information, right? Like, protecting the consumer. They're not going to share my information with anybody, except the lending company, the company that I secured the money from. And he's like, listen, he's like, I've seen you film in here and do that. He's like, I get it. He's like, I just asked that you can film the outside of our store, but anything that you've been filming inside, I ask that you don't post. Well, I already told him I had a YouTube channel. I already told him my name on YouTube. They know my personal name. So I was like, all right. And instead of thinking I should do it, I just deleted the videos. I deleted every video from inside their dealership due to, you know, confidentiality. There was other people in there that were, there was a guy in there buying freaking 9 trucks, man, like trading in 9, buying 9 new ones. And, you know, he probably doesn't, I'm sure his face would have been on something, and, The manager just asked me not to post the material that I filmed inside their dealership. So I deleted it all, which kind of made me think, now how am I going to make a video? But I got some ideas. Plays on the freeway saying, oh, what's up to Beast? Steve, looks like an upgrade and a download happening, Fate. Yeah, there's my phone or my internet just sucks, dude. Like, I don't know. Sucks. Maybe I need to spend more money. Cents per mile says, I have a pretty sweet spreadsheet. I build from tracking all those expenses. I do a video on it. Check it out. If you like it, I can send you a template. All right. Yeah, you know what, man? I stumbled across your channel. Here's the thing. I don't watch a lot of YouTube because I think YouTube is full of negativity. I'm just going to be freaking honest tonight. I think there's a lot of negativity. I think there's a lot of information that scares even people like me. Like, I was scared to like go out and get a truck because I didn't want to put 50% down. I didn't want to spend 20% in interest, which certainly didn't happen. Like, that wasn't the case. And I think people that experience that is because they don't have good credit. Like, they just don't have good credit, and they haven't had all their ducks in a row. Not calling them bad people or anything like that. Their ducks just aren't all in a row yet. When somebody is set up and all their ducks are in a row and they have P&L statements, they can show wealth, they can show assets, they can show financial stability, man, doors just open up to you. You know, and that was part of the reason why I wanted to become an owner operator. Was for 20 years, I was just banging against a glass ceiling that I could never break through. Well, you know, I could go bankrupt real quick by just taking money and not making any, sitting at home for 15 days. But, you know, doors have opened to me now that I never thought were going to be open. So, but anyways, what I was getting at was I stumbled across your channel and I recognized your name because I remember you coming in here. I was like, man, I like that name. Cents per mile. Makes perfect sense. Yeah, Beast of Logan. I appreciate your help, man, for sure. I drove an auto Freightliner in manual speed 1, like 1100 RPMs. To them, that's too fast. All good. Monday, we start doing live loads with training engineers, they call it. Well, good for you, man. I know I'm going to butcher your name. Haboonster. Good for you. I remember when you said you were starting your training with Schneider. Get down here. Tell me more about it. It's scary. Doing good. Work slow. Oh, you two are talking. Plays on the freeway and Beast Logan are having a conversation. Trucking with MC says, your videos are good. Mine are trash. LOL. No, dude. You're putting out consistent videos, dude. Like, trust me. All it takes, I mean, let's be honest. Velox, Cash is King, DIY Semi, all those people helped me build my channel. And I mean, I don't have a big channel. I'm not a Just Trucking. I'm not a Nevada. I'm not a Cash. I'm not a DIY. Like, these are like heavy hitters. I'm the guy that they call up to like take the sacrifice bunt. You know what I mean? Like, I get paid a little to be in a big pond with many big fish, you know, or a small pond with many big fish. If you need something to help you fall asleep, feel free to check out my videos. Trucking with T-Bone, I like your videos too, man. Well, thank you, David. Driving with John says, I never thought I would get monetized, but I'm around 825 subscribers, but I need a crap load more watch time because I do a lot of shorts, but I love doing YouTube. It's fun. Well, everybody, John, you have a wrench, right? I don't even know. You better have a wrench. If you don't have a wrench, something's wrong. Don't call me and yell at me. Um, let me get to where I don't even know where I am. See, my phone's not even showing the live chat. Okay, hold on here. Driving with John, you have a wrench, drop a link. Drop your link and everybody go subscribe to Driving with John. How many miles did you drive in 2022? Just curious. I drove 76,843 miles. And like I said, I was on the road for 257.5 days. I didn't drive many miles. Year one, I was at like I was just around 120,000 RPMs, 120,000 miles. My first year as an owner operator. Year two, like I said, 76,843. That is a rate per mile on all miles of $3.55 with a cost per mile of $1.39 on all miles. Or no, sorry, a cost per mile of $2.16 on all miles driven. My profit, $1.39 per mile. But I was broke down a lot in 2022. I lost multiple weeks of my truck being in the shop. I did rent a truck. One of my lines here is truck rental. I ended up spending $1,300 in the year of 2022 in truck rental fees, which that's really cheap. And I'll put this disclaimer out there. I was able to rent a truck from the carrier I'm leased onto. I did not have to go and actually rent a truck. It was too expensive. You got it at Truck Mixer from the Asian Mai and the funding booth. No, Gary. No, did not go there. I'll give you a clue. I live in Minnesota. I traveled 400 miles by airplane south of where I live. That'll give you a rough idea. Directly, I went southwest of where I live, 400 miles. You should do an ROI on the fuel saving ideas. What does ROI mean, Nevada? You should do an ROI on the fuel saving ideas. Rate of investment, return on investment. Okay, here's the thing. Sorry, my mind drew a blank. So I purchased, I need to go get, I don't want to leave you guys again. I should go get my last quarter, the last 3 months of 2022. I invested $300 on wheel covers, right? $350 and almost $300 on air tabs. So it was like, was it $250? It was like a $525 investment on air tabs and wheel covers for my truck. And I did that in the end of third quarter of 2022. The fuel savings were noticeable like the second weekend. I went from averaging like 6.97 miles a gallon to 7.3 miles a gallon. So I would say, well, let's see, if you're saving that, if I'm saving 0.3 of a mile, it was about 2 months that I got my money back. Not even. And that was easy to do. Like the wheel covers, they were just the simple twist and lock wheel covers, and the air tabs. I mean, I had never put them on before, and DIY showed me how to do it. They're just like peel and stick. They were super easy to put on. You'll get your return on investment pretty quickly with those things. Gary's still guessing. Visa Logan, I can always looking for you when I run in. Yeah. Have you talked to Velox at all? I did. I talked to him today, matter of fact. Him and I had a good conversation, plays on the freeway. He's doing some different things that I'm not at liberty to talk about. We actually talked about YouTube. Because a lot of people have asked me about him or told me, hey, tell him we miss him. I'll get a comment that says, hey, tell him we miss him. So I did. I relayed that information to him. He's doing some things and making some moves, and I'm actually, like, this is going to sound weird, but like, I'm proud of the dude. I mean, he's my friend. I can say I'm friends with him. He's my friend, and I'm proud of he wanted something and he went out and did it. And then, to be honest with you, me purchasing this truck, like, he had a hand in it, in like, how do I say this? Like, giving me the courage to do it, like, take risks. Like, you know you're good at this. You've already bet on yourself once, bet on yourself again. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how he is, but yeah, I talk to him a lot. There you go. Driving with John. Nevada just subbed to you. There you go. Thanks, Nevada, for doing that. Trucking with MC says it's fun. I've made it up to 26 subs. Yeah, dude, you'll keep growing, man. Share dude, you got a wrench, right? Share your channel out. Here's the thing. How do I say this? You share a lot in common with a lot of people. You know what I mean? And I think we all do. Trucking is, we all have a lot in common. You know what I mean? And we all can build off of each other. I would not be where I am, not only in business, but in life, like, if I just tried to do everything on my own, right? I am a type of guy that knows my abilities, knows what I'm good at, knows what I struggle at. And when I don't understand something, I ask questions, and I keep my mouth shut, and I listen. And I take in the knowledge from the people that I deem successful, not only in life, but in business. And trucking with MC, you're the same way, dude. Like, you shared a story on one of your videos. If you want to drop it, go ahead. About your past and what trucking has done for you. You're not the only one, brother. Like, dude, you're not the only one. You know what I mean? Good. Look, John, everybody driving with John's link. Yeah. How's he going? I missed his videos. Oh yeah, I miss his videos too, man. He's doing good. Plays on the freeway. Like I said, man, I think if you ever watched him and you listened to his videos, like, what's important to the guy, right? Like, his family is very important to him. Gus is important to him. His daughters, his son Miles, his wife, like, he's doing good, man. I think he's right where he wants to be. I mean, I don't want to share too much. I know he's got stuff that he's planning to do. I think he's right where he wants to be. And I commend him for that. A lot of us don't take risks. I shouldn't say a lot of us. I don't always take risks. And he did something that I would find very hard to do in my life. But knowing him and how he is, and how he is a business guy. Like, he has that drive, he has that determination. And when you have that, and then you set yourself goals and you know what you want to obtain, people like that succeed. You know what I mean? So he's doing good, Cents per mile says, hot damn, you're part-time in it, LOL. I had 138,926 miles last year. Hell yeah, cents per mile. But efficiency, bro. Work less, make more. But you probably freaking doubled. You probably doubled what my gross revenue was. You know what I mean? You probably doubled it. I didn't work a lot. Trust me, I know I didn't. Yeah, but Nevada says, ha ha ha, you don't want to know my miles. Dude, there's two of you. Like, I've told you this before. Funny story, I'll share it again. I've talked to Nevada before on the phone where he's been like out east. And I'll pick a load up in Minnesota or Wisconsin. I'll be trucking out east thinking, oh, maybe I'll see Nevada on 80 or something. And so I'll call him. Freaking guy will be in Washington. Like literally be out on the East Coast Monday, be in Washington like Wednesday morning. I mean, yeah, dude, you probably freaking put on, I bet you put on well over what, probably 210,000 miles. Am I close? Yeah, dude. The way you and your wife drive is crazy. July would be 2 years, and we're currently sitting at 320,000 miles. Holy crap. It's technically August. Yeah, return on investment. I got it. I'm so far behind. I'm not seeing the email, man. I looked again. Yeah. So YouTube will take down a comment that has an email. I'll get you my email, man. I'll get it out to you. Yeah, see, Driving with John, you got a lot. Yeah, drop Trucking with MC's link. Go to videos you want to share, click share, then give the option to copy, then copy and paste. Yep. See, guys, let's build up these channels, man. These two guys do good stuff. Driving with John, I know personally. We got a good joke going on. Don't worry, Driving with John. I'm not going to say what it is because that's between you and me. But Driving with John's a solid dude. He does a lot of shorts, cool shorts. Like I said, Trucking with MC does kind of like the trucking vlogs and life talk. Good dudes, man. I mean, everybody in here is good dudes. That's one thing I've always liked about my channel. There's a couple, 20 people in here. I'm never going to be that guy that has hundreds of people watching them. But I'm okay with that. Why? Because a lot of people that are in my chat, I actually communicate with or I've talked to. Now, you need a wrench to share. Who needs a wrench? See, Nevada, I know you're good at this on other channels about saying people need wrenches because I've seen you in other people's live feeds. We'll give a wrench here because I recognize the name. I have gotten into the groove. If I don't really recognize the name, I wait a little bit to give out wrenches. There's a guy that's been commenting a lot on my videos that used to come into all my lives, and I don't see him anymore. I miss Barry. If you guys know Barry, get Barry to say hello. I miss that dude. He always rips on the Bulldog for being cold. But you know what? I'm going to end this right now because I have one more night at home. I'm going to go watch a show. Maybe, is it 19? What's that TV show? 1923 or whatever. One of the prequels to Yellowstone. I think I'm going to go watch that. But yeah, what do you think? So here's another thing. You know what? This is why some people get scared on sharing numbers, is people can interpret things any way they want. But the reality is, numbers don't lie, right? And I'll share this. So, you look at holy cow. So I already shared what my fuel costs were, over $75,000. My maintenance costs were $44,000, almost $45,000. What do you think my next most expensive cost was? Now remember, I'm leased onto a carrier, so I only have bobtail insurance and insurance on my trailer. What do you think my next expensive cost was in 2022? Somebody drop a comment right now. So my most expensive cost was fuel at 70, we'll call it $76,000. Maintenance, 45,000. My next expensive cost, cents per mile, I already said that. Maintenance was my second most expensive cost. Somebody else. I'll reiterate this one more time. Fuel was my most expensive cost, basically $76,000. Maintenance was my second most expensive cost at $45,000. Driver pay, not even close, Gary. Not even close. T-shirt tip is 7 C's. 7 C's coming in hot. Well, actually, hold on, Gary. Yes, that would be a cost, but how do I say this? I pay myself very cheaply. I don't need a lot of money, guys. If I told you what I paid myself, you would laugh at me. But I'm of the belief I want my business to grow. I want my business to have capital. I don't need it in my pocket. There's a reason why I get paid when I don't work. I've told you I've only hauled 4 loads so far in the month of January. I'm still going to get paid the exact same. No, my next expensive cost was health insurance. I spent $7,575.12 on health insurance. Now, here's the thing. Like when I do my weekly recaps, I talk about how much, I shouldn't say weekly recaps, that's cash. When I talk about what I made in a week, I pay that all up front. I pay that up front, and I pay my insurance up front. My insurance was $7,500. I pay that at renewal. I don't pay monthly payments on those things. I get a renewal for my health insurance that goes up every year. I mean, it's never gone down, and it's never stayed the same. It's always gone up. So I pay that stuff all up front. And why? Because I can save a little bit of money on the back end. And I think when you are running out here and you set up your business and you're an actual business, whether you're an LLC, I mean, there's so many different ways you can do it. Nevada can talk about how he set up his business. I mean, go watch his videos where he talks about his numbers. He's an S Corp. I think I said that right, Nevada. So we all structure our business different. I will say this, I follow the laws of where I hold a business license in the state that I have a license to operate a business in, and the federal government. I'm not going to mess with the federal government. But here's the thing, like if you pay these things up front, you can save money, and you should have the money to do it. Like if you add up those 2 bills, my health insurance, which was, somebody do quick, well, I can do this kind of in my head, $7,575. And then you have my bobtail insurance and trailer insurance at $77,565. We'll say $16,000 to pay those 2 bills. You should have that kind of money. Like, if you're doing it right, you should have that to be able to just pay those. And you know what? You'll get a discounted rate. It's not going to be substantial. It's not going to be thousands of dollars, but anytime you can put more money back into your business and find ways to have that money work for you, I think you're winning. Yes, somebody got him to come in here. Hold on one sec. Let me scroll back up. I just looked at the comments. What up, Ice? There he is, Barry. Somebody got a hold of you, man. I was just asking about you. You leave the greatest comments, but I've stopped seeing you come into my live shows. But I do know I know he was live earlier. I don't know if he still is. I know I'm going up against the king of lives right now. Obviously, I'm not, comparing him to or comparing myself to him. Barry says, saw that. Yeah, S Corp. Okay. You were summoned. Yes, he was. I saw that. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for getting him in here. Barry, you're great, man. You're great. You're gonna like something, Barry. So go back and watch this tomorrow. Go back to if you were watching, Mr. Best. Go back and watch him, but watch this later because next videos you might see might not have a bulldog in it. I'm just saying. Yes, that's the right Barry. Yes, it is, Nevada. Thank you. TBT's in the house too. Dude, did you get my email? I emailed you and your wife. Health saving, dude. So there you go, Gary. Like we shouldn't give out. I'm not like a financial planner, but like health savings accounts, the money you put in there, it's before you pay taxes, people. And that health spending accounts and health savings accounts, you can spend on anything medical, even band-aids, medicine, co-pays. You could spend that money on anything, and it's before taxes. Part-time trucking. Hi, I finally got a live show from Vancouver Islands, Canada. Seems like you're doing good for yourself. Keep on trucking. I will part-time. Man, you must live in a beautiful area. I've heard like British Columbia is just gorgeous. That's where Vancouver is, right? Like, yeah, British Columbia. I've heard that area is beautiful. I used to go to Canada all the time when I was a kid. I haven't actually like been in Canada in about 10 years. I took a road trip from Rhode Island all the way through Montreal, all the way through Canada, Ottawa, and all that, back to Minnesota. I did that about 10 years ago, and I haven't been back since. I kind of miss fishing up there. Ryan, where's Cash is King? I have no idea where that guy's at. You know what? He called me yesterday and I couldn't talk. And then he like ghosted me when I started texting him back. Yes. See? Here's the thing. Oh, Gary Bates says, Fate, try the alternative. What's the alternative, Gary? What's the alternative? I carry health insurance on my entire family. So maybe I'm missing something here. But, my daughter, so the university my daughter goes to offers healthcare, but my healthcare that I was able to go out and get is better than what the school offers. So she can stay under me until I think she's like 26 years old or something. So I think that's what we're going to do. Gary says, are we finally going to recap the cost per freight for this fishing? Dude, I left you a comment. Didn't you see my reply to that? Hold on. Okay. So I need to leave early. All right, sorry guys. Business. Yeah, Barry, the cost for the fish that I brought home, yeah, like here's the thing. You can go to the store and buy walleye for cheaper. Yes, it's cheaper to go to the store and purchase walleye than go out and fish for it yourself. But it's something I enjoy. Putting you out of business, what have I been? No. I pay the same for me and my wife, $7,200 a year, roughly. Yeah, it's expensive, man. Health insurance is no joke, but you should have it. You really should have it. The alternative could cripple you. You know what I mean? The same thing as yours. You know what it is. Keep on trucking. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna go hang out with the family. I hope everybody has a great night. Hopefully next time I'm live, I'm driving a truck or sitting in my new truck until I hire a driver. Here, I'll put this out there. I'll sell my Mac. It's got like 647,000 miles on it. It's a great truck, no leaks. It's got new injectors, new clutch. It's got a bunch of new stuff, and I'll sell it for cheap. Like, I'm not some guy that thinks it's worth $50,000. I have a good idea on what it's worth. But I'd also say if anybody is looking to, if you live in like the Minnesota, Wisconsin area, I might have an opportunity for you. I don't know. I probably shouldn't say anything yet. But yeah, I'm going to get off here. Hope everybody has a great night. Later.